Hey folks, Jason Heath here, Contrabass Conversations. This is a special episode. We are sitting down with Nick Villalobos of Simply 3. I've had Nick on the podcast before. We talked about entrepreneurship, doing your own thing, hustling, getting opportunities for yourself. It was a great chat. And Nick is coming out, along with the other guys in Simply 3, with a new album. It's called Undefined. It's all originals. It releases September 22nd, pre-order on the 5th, and they've got some great videos out already for it. So Nick and I chat. You're going to hear some sneak previews of some of the tracks, and links to the album and everything that they're up to are in the show notes. Hope you enjoy this special episode. When did you guys start putting this together, and what was the whole recording process like?
Oh, man, I mean, it's a loaded question.
I know.
So we've been writing these songs for a few years now. Some of them we started writing probably like 3 or 4 years ago. There's a song on the album called Fourth Wall that the main idea of it started about 4 years ago, like the chord structure, and I think most of the melody is pretty much the same from when we wrote it 4 years ago too. But we didn't release it back then because, you know, we were kind of a little sheepish to release some original music. Didn't really feel like we knew what we were doing. But when we decided to do this, we kind of looked back at some of our old stuff and we were like, hey, this is actually pretty good. So let's add this one in. And then another one that was like that is Guiding Light, which was written a long time ago. But I'd probably say the majority of them were written within the past year or so. And it's been a great process to be able to see your music come to life in the way that you heard it in your head on the record. There's like a lot of different kind of sounds that we've implemented as well. It's not all just strings. You know, we've added some synth sounds, some dubstep sounds, and explored putting distortion on our instruments and stuff like that, which is really cool. So it's been a really great learning process to learn how to record our instruments, not only acoustically, but electrically, learning about preamps and, you know, going into the session and EQing our sound, and even the mixing process. We worked with a great mixing engineer out of LA. His name is Jesse String, oddly enough. He also plays the cello, which is kind of cool. So he was a great mixing engineer to work with, and he taught us all about, you know, the soundscape of a record, you know, what's in the low end, what's in the high end, what's in the mid range, you know, all those sound frequencies need space, and we learned a lot about recording, mixing, the nature of our instruments, and the nature of all the sounds on the record. I mean, it's a masterpiece, you know, to figure out how to put all those things together in and of itself. It's an art form.
I remember you talking about like some of the stories behind some of the tunes. Like, was it The Factory?
Yep.
And that's kind of like, you know, all about the whole music school, like being in music school, right? Are there some stories tied to any of the other tunes?
Yeah. There's a song called Mr. E, which is basically about kind of the same thing. A person, you know, our character wants to kind of break out and do his own thing. But then the powers that be create what we envision a robot called Mr. E. And that's his mission, is to come and basically destroy this our character's mission to kind of be himself and to go his own way. And that's the song that has a lot of distortion in it. And so we kind of thought that the distortion theme is the theme of Mr. E, the robot. And then all the melodies we recorded acoustically. So it's kind of an interesting sound. We have this very distorted underlying rhythm section, and then the melodies are our beautiful acoustic instruments, which kind of represent the character that was, trained in the old ways and kind of wants to do his own thing, but he still has, this pull to, I guess, the classical side, you could say. And then the distorted side is, the evil part, the powers that be that kind of want to bring him down and make him do what they want him to do. So there's a story behind that one as well. There's also a song called DNA, which they all kind of revolve around this theme of the factory, kind of like getting out of the factory, doing your own thing, being your own person, and being happy with it. It's basically the gist of the album. We called the album Undefined because we kind of feel like us as people and as musicians in the group, we're kind of undefined in the genre of music that we like and the genre of music that we like to play. People always ask us, "Oh, Simply 3, it sounds really cool, all strings. What kind of music do you play?" And we always say, we kind of play a little bit of everything, to be honest. It's just all on strings. And as you listen to the album, you'll see that, there's like Mr. E. I would put it in the rock category, like hard rock. If you listen to it, you'd say, yeah, this is like a rock song. But then if you listen to a song like Guiding Light, it's very influenced by electronic and dubstep influences. So that's like a dubstep song. And then we have a song like Rain, which is all acoustic. So that's more of like a classical side of things. So, the album is undefined as far as genre goes. We have all different kinds of genres that we like to explore in this album.
So album comes out September 22nd, pre-order on the 5th, and then you guys hit the road and go on tour. When does that start, and where are some of the places you're going?
Our big fall tour starts in October 13th and the 14th. We're going to be in Montana. We're going to be in Missoula and Hamilton. And then we're also going to travel to Seattle, Portland, make our way down the coast. We'll be in Modesto, California, Grass Valley. We'll head down to LA. Then we're going to head across the United States. We're going to hit Dallas, Houston, I believe San Antonio as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to head to Tampa and then head all the way up the coast. We'll hit Atlanta. I believe we'll be in Ohio. We'll be in Charlotte. We're going to do like 25 different cities, so I don't have them all memorized now, but we're hitting a lot of the big cities, LA, New York. So it'll be fun. We'll be on the road pretty much all of October and November.
Simply3music.com is the website. People can pre-order the album, pick it up once it's ready to go. They can get the tour dates, and I'll make sure to link up to our interview we did. That was like 6 months ago, something like that. Maybe even.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and it was great because Nick and I talked all about just like music business and doing your own thing and not being afraid to try something new. And I just love how you all really have broken out of that factory model and are doing your own thing, obviously connecting with tons of people. So it's fun to follow along with your career and the new direction with the new music. So it's a great new direction for you guys.
Thank you. With the pre-order on September 5th, we're actually going to be releasing a new music video to one of the songs that you can get if you purchase the pre-order. It's called Heart's Harmony. We're really excited about this video. We also just filmed another video for Rain, and then we're going to do a video for The Factory, and we're going to do another video for Unsafe Haven. And I believe all of those songs that I mentioned are going to be in the pre-order. So we're working really hard. We're going to be releasing a lot of videos before the end of the new year. So it'll be see what people think about all this new music. We're hoping that people like it.